Hello, welcome to our YouTube channel.
Yes, on this video we're going to talk about the danger of the boleos.
Alright, welcome back. Before we start with the video, if you feel that you are learning something, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You are helping us a lot to grow the channel. Turn on the bell for notification. If you have any question or you want us to explain any topic, please write it on the comments below.
Okay, now when the follower is doing a boleo, especially back boleo, we want to talk about back boleo on this video. We have to be sure you are keeping the circle around, a circle that you create with your own body, and never do it in line. So when I have body weight, for example, on my right, and I'm doing a boleo with my left, I have to be sure I'm pivoting my right foot a lot, so the boleo is going to end on my right side, very much under my right elbow. So I have to see my left leg doing boleo under my right elbow. And then I'm sure I'm making this in a circle, so I'm not kicking anyone in the back. If I don't rotate enough, I may kick somebody during the boleo. At the milongas, usually the boleos are low, but if you like to do a higher boleo, not very high like in Tango Nuevo, of course, or stage, but higher boleo, you have to be very sure it's not to your back. Okay, it have to be rounded, and we'll show that on the video.
Another thing for us leaders that we have to be very much aware in this case that Miriam was talking about. And before this, I would like to mention that high boleos are not wrong. Back boleos in line are not wrong. It's just for another case. In the social dancing, it's very, very dangerous to do it. So,
Of course,
leaders, we can help her to do that. And as I was talking in the previous episode, we have a blind spot and we have our line of view. So we need to target that boleo. We need to rotate in a way that she does the boleo towards our angle of view. So we are sure that there is nobody there. So I can check on the angle of our view, rotate her, and she will proceed to do the boleo with confidence.
another point is for the followers, if you are dancing close to the tables, we'll never do a boleo close to the tables because you might hit somebody sitting on the table. So if you're in the center of the dance floor, then you have more possibilities to do higher figures. But for sure, if you are at the edge of the dance floor next to the tables, don't do any figure higher than your knee, for example, because people sitting may get hurt. I saw that many times.
Yeah, we saw that many times.
Organizing the Milonga, a person was just not dancing, was sitting, and she got hurt by a heel because the person was doing a high boleo next to her. So this is another good experience. We have to think that the Milonga have to be fun for everyone, okay?
Yes. So now let's proceed. Let us show you how we can use the technique and how to avoid this dangerous step. All right, now that we are on the dance floor, we are going to show you the figure that we are going to use as an example. Yes, and we are going to talk about the technique and everything. So this is the figure. We are doing a boleo. Tuck, tuck. And just for the sake of the exercise, we just walk out for any other step or a resolution or whatever you wish to do at the milonga.
Yes, in this case, I'm doing back boleo. And let me show you this. My body weight is on the right. When he rotates, I have to be sure to get the left leg, which is the leg which is doing the boleo, under my elbow, under my right elbow, under this area where we have the hands together. So here I can do the boleo in this area. It's not dangerous, it's not going to hurt anyone. When I'm finishing, I have to go 2 feet together. In this case, we are crossing, facing the line of dance and making the back step for the followers and front for the leaders. So we have to be sure followers to get all the leg around before going up. When we come back, it could be lower or higher, but we already marked our area. So what we don't have to do, because it's very dangerous and it can be an accident, is to do the boleo here, this is a straight line on my back. So if somebody's here on my dancing around us, next to us, I may hurt the other person. So this is not a good position. This is straight. Also, you can do it here diagonal. This is again another position that is outside my circle. So we have to be sure to rotate the most I can. And if it's normal boleo, not a counter boleo, I can do it here. If it's counter boleo, it's even easier because the leader will change and I have more possibilities to do it under this area. So we are not going to hurt anyone. Returning from here, I can do higher, or I can go 2 feet together and go to the next step. I recommend to go 2 feet together if it's social dancing, it's very crowded, it's a lot of people on the dance floor. I recommend to do this so you can avoid accident. Higher here. It can be higher if you want, and then feet together to rotate and go to the cross in this case. It could be different, but this is the safest because when the milongas are very crowded, you always have somebody around you, right?
Yes, absolutely. And something for the leader when we have this case, and I forgot to mention, but you already know, this is our line of dance in this case, yes? We are going on that direction. And in order to avoid what Miriam was saying, the kicking someone else, to avoid the accident, and following what Miriam was saying, what I want to do is this. Instead of leading the boleo, which sometimes happen, the leader will change angle and will kick this way, will rotate this way for the boleo. That will be wrong at the milonga. In another place is fine. But for us leader, remember that we were talking about that our line of view. So we having the line of view, we know 100% for sure that there is no one here. So I will surround her, rotate, and now I will aim her boleo to this direction. It can be regular boleo or a contra boleo. Boom. And changing body weight. But for sure, she can do it very, very high. She can do whatever she wants. We can lead her to do it high. But the idea is that we are telling her where to do it because we know it is safe.
Again, if it's after hours, like very late, and there's no one at the milonga, you can do higher boleos, and the angle, it doesn't matter. You can do it in different angles.
Yes.
Also, there is a boleo where it's really, really back here with the legs a little more with the space separate. So they call it scorpion sometimes.
Yeah.
So you can do that, but be sure this is when nobody is around.
And the leader, yes. Make sure if you are going to lead that leader, make sure that you check that there is no one for sure there, and then you can lead her into that boleo, scorpion, or somebody call it.
Yes, it happens the same way if you do low boleo, because on the same case, if the follower is doing low boleo, for example here, if I keep the leg very much on my back right away, I may hurt someone on the way if the leg is a little bit extended. So if you do low boleo, keep it small and make it larger when you are in this area again. See, I can go lower to extend to do a figure, but this is the area that we are watching, nobody's there. So then coming back, you go right 2 feet together. So if we repeat this one more time, I go low boleo, large when I'm here, and I can go back 2 feet together. So that's another possibility. Lower or higher boleo is never from the beginning started on your back. It's more waiting to rotate and do it on the area of your right side, left side for the leader.
We leaders have to be aware of that, and how we tell her not to go around with the leg is with the rib cage, keeping her up a little bit during the first part of the rotation. First part, staying up with the rib cage, and then we can be soft on the lower leg, and also, of course, not bringing her down, but we can go a little lower for us. All right, let us show you one more time this last step and the correct version for the milonga. Pam, 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 walking out, and the version to avoid, what we try to avoid is this. So that will be a bad option at the Milonga. If you're still here, thank you very much for joining us on the entire video.
We also have a bunch of videos on our online school online tango training, so please check it out at miriamleonardotango.com.
We'll see you on the next video.
Bye!